Dr. Khalidi. So one of the most important parts of celebrating Independence Day is understanding the history behind it. For Afghan people, Independence Day is a reminder of the strength, determination, resilience that have shaped our nation's history. It is an opportunity for us to remember those who came before us and to ensure that our future generations understand the significance of this day. We are very honored to have Dr. Khalidi with us today, who will share with us the history and significance of Afghanistan's Independence Day. Please join us in warmly welcoming Dr. Khalidi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the Afghan Community Association, for inviting me to speak on behalf of the Afghan Historical Society on the occasion of the 107th anniversary of the independence of Afghanistan in conducting its foreign relations, which was ended by 123 years of the British colonial aspirations, which resulted in three Anglo-Afghan wars. I would like to thank Ms. Sahba Umi, the Afghan Community Association, for organizing this great occasion. Afghan elders, the Queensland government, parliament, members, the councillors, the senator, who took time coming here and celebrating this occasion with us. It's a profound honor to stand before you today, not merely to mark a day on a calendar, but to reflect on the soul of a nation that has for over 3 centuries refused to bow. Today, we celebrate the 107th anniversary of national independence of Afghanistan. But let us be clear, from the very beginning, what are we celebrating? The reality of independence. On 19 August 1919, which was the 28th of Asad, 1298 in Afghan calendar, King Amanullah Khan ratified the Treaty of Rawalpindi, which was signed on the 8th of August, ending the Third Anglo-Afghan War. With this ratification, Afghanistan emerged on the international arena as a country which is conducting its own foreign relations. The Treaty of Rawalpindi, in its second appendix, Sir Hamilton Grant, the Foreign Minister of the British India, formally recognized Afghanistan's complete independence in both its internal and external affairs. For 123 years, from 1796 to 1919, British colonial policy had sought to dominate our land. They tried direct colonization twice, in 1839 and again in 1878. They failed in both occasions. They then resorted to turning Afghanistan into a buffer state under their protectorate, controlling our foreign relations and dictating our borders. But they never dared to impose a colonial governor in Kabul. Why? Because the Afghan people, that includes Pashtun, Tajik, Hazara, Uzbek, and other ethnicities in Afghanistan, proved in blood that we cannot be colonized. You are not like our neighbors, like in India. When Sir Louis Cardinali, the British envoy, arrived in Kabul in 1879 to impose his will under the Treaty of Gandamak, our people rose up. Within 2 months, he was dead. The British garrison was annihilated. There's a city in Victoria. The city name is Sale. It's on the east of Melbourne. And do you know who was Sale? Sale, Lady Florentine Sale, was the wife of a general, a British general in that war, 1838. He survived because he was not in Kabul, he was in Jalalabad, but his wife was in Kabul. From an army of 16,000 people, one person survived, arriving Jalalabad. Lady Sale was under the protection of Afghan independence seekers with honor. When she was freed later, she wrote a book about her experience. That city is named after her in Victoria. The Treaty of Rawalpindi is more than a signature. So why? If we are saying that we have never been a colony, and British never succeeded in colonizing Afghanistan, then why we are celebrating independence? This is a very valid question, important question. To answer, the answer lies in the critical difference between de jure independence and de facto independence, how we look at it. For decades, Britain controlled our foreign policy. It negotiated on our behalf our borders with Persia, with Russia, and it paid an annual subsidy to our leaders. This created a damaging international perception that we were a British protectorate. Even some Afghan elites in 1919 believed in that. The Treaty of Rawalpindi shattered that image. For the first time, Britain, the world's greatest imperial power, formally, legally, and without ambiguity, recognized that Afghanistan was master of its own destiny. both inside and beyond its borders. It gave King Amanullah Khan the diplomatic legitimacy to pursue and open direct relations with the world, including with the Soviet Union, which was the first country which formally recognized and established relations. With this, a new reality commenced. The great experiment, Amanullah Khan's modernization program. With independence secured, Amanullah Khan embarked on a bold and visionary project to bring Afghanistan into the caravan of modern developed nations. But here is where history offers us its most poignant lesson. While Turkey under Ataturk and Japan modernized without losing its cultural soul, in Afghanistan we were confused. We confused modernization with westernization. This confusion created a lot of friction in our society. And that resulted in uprisings. It resulted in the modernization program of Amanullah Khan to be stopped at the time. Ladies and gentlemen, we face an unfinished business. This brings us to the heart of the matter. 107 years later, we are still facing the same problem. Time is frozen in Afghanistan. The same problems faced by Amanullah Khan, by our progressive-seeking people, we are facing today, after 107 years. The forces that defeated Amanullah Khan, hardline religious conservatism, the fear of change, the weaponization of faith against progress have not disappeared. They have merely evolved. So why is time frozen in Afghanistan? The answer is uncomfortable. And we must be brave enough to face it. While we often blame foreign powers, and yes, British, Soviet, Americans, and others interfered in our internal affairs, but we cannot escape our own responsibility in Afghanistan. We should blame ourselves. Listen for today's Afghan community in Queensland. My dear friends, here in Queensland, we live in a multicultural society. We speak freely our own languages. We practice our religion, whatever it is, Islam, Christianity, Hindu, whatever. We speak freely on our political views. We are blessed to have this opportunity. We owe to the martyrs of First, Second, and Third Anglo-Afghan wars, to the young men who fell in Maiwand and Gandamak, to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. That sacrifice was a cry for a free, unified, progressive Afghanistan. Today, Afghanistan, as I said, face again the same problems. But only through unity we could overcome that. You know, Afghan struggle was not a one tribe or one section of Afghan society's problem. It was everyone's. When Wazir Akbar Khan was facing the British colonialist in Kabul, he went to Bamyan. He was supported with people from Hazara community in Bamyan. It's the army he brought to Kabul was from Bamyan. He was the one who killed the envoy of the British colonial in Kabul. So it was the unity who gave Afghanistan the power to stand against the colonial rule. So my impression, my understanding, and my wishes for the Afghan community in Queensland, and Ms. Sahba rightly mentioned, is to have an inclusive, open society here between Afghans. And I admire her courage, her vision for such a inclusive and open community. I thank you all.
Grow up with, so we really, it's a privilege for us to have you here today, and we'd like to welcome Salvatore to give a token of our appreciation.
Thank you so much, Dr. Holiday. I have got 3 of your books that you've written, and I was looking for Afghan history for a very long time, and then I found it just in Queensland, that you've written it and you live here in Queensland. Such a privilege for us as the Afghan community. Now, I would like to present you a token of appreciation, but I've also got another gift for you. There's a book called The Unbreakable One that's written by one of our Afghans. I'll call Brother Sami on the stage to present that to you.
یک دست برشان بزنیم.
I would also like to thank you so much, Dr. Khalidi. Really appreciate